Saint Scholastica, 480 to 543, was born in Italy, in Nursia, in Umbria, in Italy, not too far from Assisi. According to a 9th century tradition, she was the twin sister of Benedict of Nursia. Her feast day is February the 10th. She is traditionally regarded as the foundress of the Benedictine nuns. Saint Scholastica was born not too far from Assisi in Umbria, a town called Nursia, and she was dedicated to God from a young age. She and her twin brother Benedict were brought up together until the time he left to pursue studies in Rome. She established a hermitage about 5 miles from Monte Cassino, and this was the first convent of Benedictine nuns. However, it is possible that she lived in a hermitage with 1 or 2 other consecrated virgins in a cluster of houses at the base of Monte Cassino, where there is an ancient church under her patronage, the Monastero di Santa Scholastica. Every year, Saint Scholastica would go and visit her brother, Saint Benedict, at a place near his abbey, and they would spend the day worshiping together and discussing sacred texts and issues. One day, they had supper and continued their conversation. When Benedict indicated it was time for him to leave, Scholastica, perhaps sensing that the time of her death was drawing near, asked him to stay with her for the evening so they could continue their discussions. Not wishing to break his own rule, Benedict refused, insisting that he needed to return to his cell. At that point, Scholastica closed her hands in prayer, and after a moment a wild storm started outside of the guest house in which they were staying. Benedict asked her, "What have you done?" To which she replied, "I asked you, and you would not listen. So I asked my God, and he did listen. So now go off if you can. Leave me and return to your monastery." Benedict was unable to return to his monastery, and they spent the night in discussion. 3 days later, he saw his sister's soul leaving the earth and ascending to heaven in the form of a shining white dove. Benedict had her body brought to his monastery, where he had it laid in the tomb which he had prepared for himself.